Madrova, Madrova. I want to know if you still remember the words to Africa. Okay, okay. Let's do it then. I want to hear you. Africa. Paraíso, paraíso. Government, government. Samosad, samosad. Africa, Africa. Paraíso.
The Cape Verdean home is always filled with music because the men, they always play an instrument, either the violin or the guitar, mostly the guitar. And they sing and they tell stories about the country, and so you grow up in this environment where you hear the language, you taste the food, and although you're in a different country, it's almost as if it's a little Cape Verde, you know, inside your four walls. And you know, my father, he always had a very special taste and love for music. So he would play me all those old vinyls from Cape Verdean music, and you know, it was something that I always had curiosity, you know, growing up and seeing all these things. And I believe that's what really changed me and really made me be who I am, you know, because everything I pursued was always within music. And then when I was 17 years old, I met Theo Pascal, and he was the one to really get me to do music, and we are here 13 years after, and we're doing music together and traveling the world together. So it's been a constant in my life. You know, from the beginning, my thought, and along with Theo Pascal, and the vision was to do the music that came out, you know, of us, not thinking about we should do more like this or more traditional or more contemporary or more jazzy, whatever comes out, you know. And it's been our vision through all these years, and that's how we've been recording the music. So I believe it's very important, the first one where you start, but it's always very important to carry that vision, you know. Although we're always looking to develop and develop more as musicians, and always creating a new sound and discovering new things, but that first vision, that first feeling has to remain intact, you know, so that you can still do music 50, 60 years from now, but it's still true to yourself. Well, the Creole is the dialect from Cape Verde. There are 10 islands, and from island to island there are different accents in the Creole. So I can use them whatever I like it. In some islands the Creole is more like melodic and very calm and peaceful, almost like the Brazilian Portuguese, you know, the difference between the Brazilian Portuguese and the Portuguese Portuguese. And you know, in other islands the Creole is a lot more strict, direct, and staccato. So I can play with that, you know. I don't use a Creole from one island. I mix them into one language, you know. And that's where I say that the Creole for me is another instrument, because I can play it and use the sounds of those differences of the islands to express the message and my feeling. As you travel, you know, 12 years and do so many stages, and you know, you're living 24 hours a day, you know, really investing and really trying to find your own sound, your own voice. It's kind of everything that comes, all the opportunities that come, you know, you already work really hard for them, you know. So when you're working, you know what you're working for, you know. Although this is being a musician is something that you need to believe every day in what you do not see, but you have some main guides in your head, you know. And you know, I've been very blessed to be doing so many festivals with great musicians that I spent so many hours at home, you know, looking at their videos or listening to their CDs. You know, I'm talking about Mike Stern or Victor Wooten. They were here yesterday. But I've been in festivals where I had Wayne Shorter or Herbie Hancock, you know, and that's really wow, you know, because you kind of, you're in the same festival as them and your name is there next to them, you know, and that's really a blessing, I think.
Dezembro,